Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Napoleon Total War with a Great War mod. We had a vote on what mod we should play and what nation we should play as. And now, technically, Pike and Shot was the mod that won, but as we had the actual creator of the mod reach out and say, you should probably wait until I've actually finished the mod a little bit more to do a campaign in it, I thought that it'd be best that we go for the runner-up then, and the runner-up was the Great War mod. We put up a vote. Now, given that I put Great Britain in there, meant that Great Britain was gonna win, and it did win with 49% of the vote. It's always like that, but seemingly I always forget that putting Great Britain as part of the vote is basically not having a vote, because they always win. Thankfully though, I haven't actually done Great Britain in this mod. I've done Germany twice, and then I've done a number of other nations. But it might have been interesting to do... I mean, the thing is, at this point I haven't done Great Britain in quite a while, so as much as people would have liked to see, say, Belgium, or something else, maybe the Ottomans, or the French. I think the reason why Great Britain might not have been... There was a vocal minority to say that I didn't like Great Britain, just because lots of people play Great Britain. But enough of that, that's not why we're here to talk about a vocal minority. What we're here to do is to start a campaign as Great Britain. So, with that said, let's go and jump straight into it, shall we? And there we're off. We can't have World War I without Archduke and his car crash. So, with that, I think it would be interesting to not have recommended alliances, but I'm feeling that it would, you know, quite quickly turn into an absolute disaster of us being at war with the French or something like that. Not that playing as the British, fighting the French, would be something completely off the table. Still quite interesting. We're gonna go ahead and start with some socialist reforms. Increase the happiness of the populace, and then I'm also thinking that maybe actually, yeah, we'll do silent films, so we get a lot of happiness. So my overall plan is to build up my home country as much as possible and try as little as possible to intervene in the early war, instead building up my economy, and then we're gonna use the British Army as a cannonball fired from the Royal Navy, in which we'll go on campaigns to Gallipoli and other places, supporting the Serbians. We'll see how long they last, and so on. We'll go in, resurrect them if nothing else. And then for the final bit, we're gonna invade and take the northern part of Germany, as that is the victory objectives. Now we have a sea route to all victory objectives, so that's really nice. We can sail up through here, attack the Austrian capital, obviously the Ottoman one, and then northern Germany, be able to take that out. So that's wonderful. First things first, we join the war to protect the Belgians. So let's go ahead and protect the Belgians, shall we? We're going to bring as much as I can over to the continent. There's no point in having loads of troops in Great Britain if I can't use them. We're gonna get... Why is he speaking Spanish? There we go. I managed to get everyone in. We get everyone on board. And then not forget the reconnaissance plane. So now we've got everything set and ready. And we're gonna launch the army. Come on, why don't I get the agent off first then? then the army.
Obeying the Lord's word.
Okay, so for some reason I don't know how I screw this up. It's not super important. The Germans aren't that close to Brussels, thankfully. We did the Belgians standing at the coast, and the navy goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, drops off a plane, and then continues to go back and forth. Now wondering when are we going to get our reinforcements. Anyways, we dropped off. We haven't actually dropped off. Well, we're going to drop off an army to support that. But we also need to drop off something in Ireland, because they are not happy with being under our control. So what I'm going to do is we're going to send this armored cruiser, and we're going to send it over to Liverpool. And over in Manchester, we've got 4 units. I don't know why we've got 4 units in Manchester, but we're going to bring them over, and we're going to bring them to Ireland, quell the rebellious spirit of the Irish. Then we're going to take these pre-dreadnought class ships, and we're going to sink the German trade ship over here. Then I do think we've got something similar going on over here. We're going to take this. Actually, we're going to send all... No, the main fleet will send down to... What is that? That's not London. Chatham Docks. And then this one will be sailing up to deal with the 2 trade ships up there. In terms of what I'm thinking here is... For the... there's no point really in attacking the German fleet here, because there's not much gain for it. Instead, I could mobilize the entire fleet to send down here. And, you know, make sure that we lock in the Austrians and then the Ottomans over here, and that also means that I will be able to secure trade nodes of coal, copper, and eventually the oil of the Caucasus, which I think will be very nice to do. And keeping these ports under control, I mean, the only 2 enemy ports that we have in the Mediterranean right now is this one right here, and the one the Austrians have right here. And I think it would be quite easy to go ahead and take control of these. Now, I would like a port in a better location. Now, Gibraltar is good, but I would want one closer, so I would actually like to rent, if you can call it that, Sicily. Sicily would be a good spot. Alternatively, Greece, in case, I don't know what, which, who knows, maybe the Greece, do they have tea? We might need to intervene, who knows, in a nice place to keep the navy anyways. Right, so what I'm thinking next is really just upgrading everything. And we're going to start with our ports. And then, I think we do have a technology that we might be able to sell. Yes. We'll sell this one for France for 1,000. Okay, so why can't I... How about 500? No? Don't you have any money, France? How much can I demand from you? Can I not? I cannot demand 1,000 apparently. We'll wait a turn and then we'll see. Did I just accidentally give him that? No. Good. And then in terms of, yes, that's what we're doing. In terms of ministers, there's nothing really to do. We've got Churchill, First Lord of the Admiralty, Herbert Kitchener, Secretary of War, and so on. All good people except for the Prime Minister. He does bring in happiness for the bourgeoisie. However, he also brings in minus for them. I don't know if we could get a better one. I mean, the likelihood is just as well that we could get a absolute crap one, right? So I guess we'll not dabble with that. And yes, that's the first turn. There's nothing else. that I need to do? No. So let's go ahead and end turn. And, I mean, the enemy is unlikely to do anything, but who knows? Right, workers on strike in Ireland. Well, good thing that I've got my troops on the way. I'm gonna pick up the troops. Gonna put them on the ship. Now, we could go to port here, and then have them march all the way here, but there's no rails or anything in Ireland, so I think it's better to actually just drop them off along the coast.
Anything else?
And it worked! Yay! We've learned how to unload troops. Same time, we're gonna unload on the German merchant navy. Kaboom! Wonderful. And then we need to go to port to fix up the ships. At the same time, gonna see about going over here. Now the easiest way would probably actually be to split the force. To have one going to... I can't remember which one of these two it is. The Norwegian Navy is here as well, so we'll just send them up here to sink that. You're gonna go into port, and finally we're gonna disembark the general. He's gonna march towards the bridge, I think. Let's see, where did I put my spy aircraft? Right. Let's go ahead and take a look at where the Germans are. So we've got Karl von Berlow moving forward. We also have another general down here. I'm interested to see what's going on down here. Oh, so we've got quite a bit of a French movement. 2 French armies moving to Strasbourg. Wonderful. Then hopefully they can kind of keep their, you know, keep going here, and I can just focus on dealing with aiding little Belgium. In terms of the, oh yeah, there's no point in having these destroyers in the main army, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send the destroyers out just to be as... make sure that no one can go in and raid the actual port and destroy it. Because there's no point in having those others in the force. Same with this destroyer, should also be detached to go somewhere. Possibly to Ireland. Now, because there's unrest in Ireland, I'm not going to go ahead and build anything right now, just because they're so unhappy. What we're going to do, though, is we're going to keep on building up the infrastructure. So just go ahead and build some rails in Wales, and then build another dockyard up here. Is there any nation that I can start trade with? No, not right now. It could be that a lot of nations are trading at full capacity. Greece is not trading at all. The ones that we can trade with is really Greece, Sweden, and Italy, I think. Yes. All others are either landlocked, already trading, or at war with. So those are the nations that we're looking at. Also, it could be nice to try and get a lot of these nations to embargo, say, the Germans, so we could get at least Sweden to embargo the Germans. We could get the Swiss to embargo the Austrians, same as Spain and Italy. And these are all just within the enemy alliance, right? Let's see if France has any money this turn, so I can sell them super heavy dreadnought technology for 1,000. You know what? France probably has a lot of money. How about 2,000? No benefit for our people, you say? I'd say you probably do see benefit. Right, there we go. 1,000. That's good. Who else can we sell this to? Italy? Italy is another big nation that could possibly have quite a bit of money. Now, sir, while your nation's achievements in the arts of mechanical and practical are noteworthy, are you equal sensible in need for sharing with your friends? So you reduce it to 689. well, granted. The fact that he said he was friend, I like that. Hopefully we can get them to join us. How about Spain? 1,000 for you? No. Okay, so Spain, I'm gonna give you a discount, 50%. What about that? Okay, so they're not gonna want to buy it. Right, anyways, we made a little bit of cash out of that. But I'm thinking expanded artillery factory. I'm not entirely sure what kind of artillery that will bring us. Or maybe stables, upkeep cost for infantry units, region wealth, town wealth, recruitment capacity, not really that, but it gives experience for the cavalry, which, yes, that could be good. We also have this town, could be upgraded, could become a factory later on, or the local farms in Yorkshire could be upgraded, resupply and stuff like that. Happiness for industrialization. Let's keep it on low with unhappiness. Let's build more towards the cavalry then. Right, so that looks good. Currently, I think my army could deal with the Germans. Now, the Germans has a full stack. Ooh, super heavy siege battery. Plus machine guns. Okay, now I'm not so sure we might be able to deal with the Germans. Now, we do have siege guns. We do have quite a few guns. And if I could get to the bridge... Now, obviously, he's going to get to the bridge first, but I'm thinking that the German army is probably going to go AI nuts and just, for some reason, go into the woods looking for pine cones, and the next one going over there, and all over the place. So we might actually be able to make it there first. Or, in case otherwise, we'll just go really close to the Belgian capital, and we'll have the Belgian army tank most of the shots from the German one, and we'll come in afterwards and mop up the rest. Wonderful plan. Anyways, there's no more moves to make, so let's go ahead and end turn, shall we? We've got riots! Riots in Ireland. The college was burnt to the ground halfway. It's going to cost us 500 or 600 to repair it. Luckily though, because all the trouble was actually happening over at the college, the people are no longer really rioting. There's no minus. It's yellow, so I mean, it's likely they're gonna go back into revolt again. But now the men of Manchester march in to restore order. Wonderful. This ship will be sent to. We're gonna send. We'll send it. We'll keep it right here for now. Let's see. All the destroyers will be portioned out. I do believe there was one more somewhere, right? Oh yeah, this one right here. This one is actually just about making it over here, we should switch. This one should go as far north as possible, this one should go over there, and this one should go over there, and then you over there. So now we protect all the ports except the Irish one. And then the main fleet is right here, though I do not think the German one is going to move against us. It is probably raiding our trade with the Russians. So we could probably make more if we sunk that, but that's a major battle because there's a lot of German ships, right? To keep Ireland under control, it's probably well that we do the city council. Now we have 1,500 left, so let's go to build up the town of Birmingham. We can build some factories over there. Very nice. If I head down here, we do have a fleet down here. It should come out for no other reason than one of these destroyers. Actually, we'll take this fleet out. Start raiding here, and then one of the destroyers here will be sent up to deal with the Irish port. Now at some point I'll be able to move some of these I wonder if it's better. I'm pretty sure they set it up so that the multiplier for stacking ships is not that great. So it's better to have it multiple nodes. So even though I could have the wheat ship moved over to do oil, let's just test it. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we have right now. So right now I make 3,109. If I move over the ship and we'll do just oil, then we did in fact increase it. So that's good. So we can stack a little bit, but it might be better to have multiple sources of oil, and that's why I want to, at some point here, expand and take the points over here, and like the Suez Canal, of course, get the coal through there, and then Caucasus oil, and so on. Right, everything looks nice. Oh, I forgot here, right. Let's go ahead and bang up some more of the German Navy. I'm gonna go ahead and sink this ship right here. We can head back, and then the other one was actually right there next to the second one. We'll go ahead and sink that one, and suddenly the Germans have lost quite a bit, or all the trade navy in fact. Let's have all the ships converge there, and then we don't want to leave Britain completely without ships, but the thing is, at the same time, I very much doubt that the Germans will try an invasion. So I might move every ship I have down to deal with the Mediterranean problem. But with that, there is really no more moves to make. And note here that the French forces that were moving forward, one of the armies were completely crushed by the Germans. So I think the French are holding off on further... oh! He's advancing quite a bit closer. I don't know why you keep speaking Spanish. Right, it looks like we might come to a battle right here, as he's closing in very rapidly on Brussels. We actually have quite the navy here. If we match this fleet, we've got 13 ships, which is a lot. Now, I'm not entirely sure what the Germans have out here, but that's also quite a lot. Is there anything else that I'm missing? Is there anything I forgot about? Is there any... Ooh, rail concentration. I would very much like that. Is there any other? Because nations are starting to do mass production. Sweden's going out there with mass production. I don't think they will trade it for dreadnought warfare, though. Spain re-implemented mortars. How about that? Okay. His Honest Catholic Majesty. Okay, Portugal isn't doing too well, since they don't even have the first conventional. Do you even have... Yeah, you do have a college. Let's see, Italy, what do you have in store? Nothing. The Russians, then. The Russians must have something. No. We'll try and sell them something at some point. The Serbians. The Serbians, I should give them all I can, but I don't think naval support or naval technology is going to turn the tide in that war. So, yeah. What we're looking at is right here, Karl and Burlov, a stone's throw away from attacking Brussels. Let's make sure that we fight for the waffle people. With that said, let's go ahead and end turn and see if he's going to attack. Or not. Surprisingly bold by the AI to actually go ahead and attack like this. They've just gone straight for it. They haven't been diddling about like they usually do. But they have actually gone directly for it. So we have a Belgian force of about 3,000 men. A lot of it is unfortunately Home Guard garrisons, but they will be supported by 1,600 men of the British Army, including quite a bit of heavy artillery and Highlanders and other battalions. The Germans, though, are putting up a lot of troops as well. 2 machine guns, 2 elite infantry guard divisions or battalions. Quite a bit of artillery on their own. Lots of infantry. The super heavy one is going to be the dangerous one. It outranges anything we have by 500 meters. Era, trench warfare, weapon, railgun, super heavy siege, battery, first heavy. Damn, that's a nasty gun. There's nothing for it though, if little Belgium is to survive. This will kind of set the tone here. Will our first army be destroyed and engulfed by German artillery flames? Or will we stand strong by the Belgians and hold the line? Hold the line we will. With that, let's join into battle with the Hun. It's a race against time, as my force, of course, just goes ahead and reinforces the Belgian one. So our forces are coming in here on the flank. We've got cavalry so far. Oh, nice, the machine gun set on this side. The first lancers charging in. What, direct hit on the general? I'm not too, like, I wouldn't be too unhappy if the bastard died, but it's unnecessary for him to die this early. We got the Belgian lancers kind of missing the target, riding past, getting obliterated by the machine guns and everything else within seconds. My cavalry is actually being blasted as well. I don't know why they're focusing on me when there's Belgian infantry advancing over here. At least they're not blasting my cannons. So we'll be able to get them up and ready. But at this rate, I mean, the Belgians gonna get crushed by the Germans. I can see no other course of action that we need to look at the terrain here. Cavalry could move here, close in on the machine guns before they know what hit them. If nothing else than to save the Belgian line infantry that's moving forward here. Otherwise, I fear they would be utterly crushed. As soon as possible, we need to get these artillery pieces set up to support the Belgians. We actually got 1st Foot Guard Battalion moving up. Nice. Okay, so currently we are actually coming under fire by the enemy artillery. Looks like they might be turning so the 52nd infantry. Oh, the fighting has started. The Belgians are firing a little bit. Right, my heavy siege guns are ready. I'm gonna deploy the cavalry for an attack.
Cavalry!
Dragoons! At your swords! Prepare to defend Belgium! Dragoons at the ready! Charge! We'll have the 2nd unit join in. Hurry through! Go for the next one! Destroy the machine guns! British steel! Charge for the guns! Charge for the guns, I'd say! We actually broke 2 machine guns and 1 of the infantry units. However, 1 of our cavalry was broken in the process. Now, as the enemy is not actually shooting at us, I'm just going to set my unit over here and shoot into them at the same time as the Belgians are fighting over there. As that is going on, all my artillery is actually ready to be deployed and open fire upon the enemy. Right, you should be able to aid here. They're charging each other over there. We should probably join in. I do not like my artillery. I'm pretty sure my artillery is actually bombarding our own units, which I don't like. The German unit is actually being broken up. Oh shit, 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 shit. They're shooting at us now. Ooh, the horse guard's getting destroyed. There's only 22 of them left. The Belgians are joining in. We broke them. God save the king. We were able to break through over there. The Belgians are continuing. They've actually pushed up the flank over on this side. They've done well through the woods. And with the charge over here opening up for us, the Belgians are actually doing really well. Now, I want to get my infantry on the road, as it were. Let's get them up and ready. I note here that the 1st Foot Guards has been heavily hit. Dragoons will retire. I still have... or the Horse Guards should retire. 1st Royal Dragoons should go in for a charge against the guns. Let's go ahead and see. We'll break that one with shrapnel shot. The German hussars will be targeted, and I will target the heavy artillery over here. Nasty German guns back here should actually be targeted by our heavy, nasty guns. The Belgian general is in with his men fighting. The infantry is winning, and the German battalions are forced back. But for how long will they stand? Oh shit! I didn't realize this blasted unit had rallied. 1st Dragoons might very well get destroyed from this. Without support of Belgian infantry or our own, yeah, the cavalry was, unfortunately, they made it to the point. Yeah, it didn't go well. Run away, run away. What are we shooting it up there? There's an infantry unit that made it through. I've no interest in that one, though. We'll continue.
Glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
Oh, counter battery fire? I'm not interested in the one in the woods, because that one is probably a retreating unit. Yeah, it's a shattered unit. I've no interest in that. Okay, so the attack here, mostly made by Home Guard, didn't actually work out. But the center and the left is still going strong, and now when it's going to be supported by our troops, then is where the real game changer is going to take place. I have no other troops than the Scots to push in after this. Cavalry units all broken. You know what? Die as a hero, you stupid bastard. Get up with your men. 1st Foot Guards against the 52nd. Followed by the 6th. And we also have the 4th, 5th, and 2nd. Not a lot to actually be firing upon, so the 5th and 2nd will be turning to the right to deal with those troops. The opening here will be filled by the Highlanders, which is the 3rd Highland Regiment. At the same time, 52nd is getting destroyed. Thing is, we've got loads of enemy artillery that needs to be dealt with. So I'm gonna push these through, straight through the woods for bayonet charge. 6th Infantry Regulars, 4th Infantry will be moved into the attack. General is coming in to support. 3rd Highlanders moving in as well. So we can see multiple German units setting up here to kind of unnerve the attack. I'm actually gonna dispatch the Highlanders to join this fight. Might actually withdraw the 2nd Regular Infantry and replace them with the Highlanders. Same time these two should continue through here. General coming in to support. First Foot Guards. First Foot Guards might as well charge these two small, insignificant units. Gonna get the Highlanders to speed up a little bit, and then we'll have the second move more into the woods. I'll tell the artillery to select targets as they go. Bayonet charge. Up the artillery hill. Nasty battery over there. Let's see. Tough fighting going on here. 48 men left here. That's not a good sign. But now Islanders have come in. Plus I just gone ahead and inspired them. Should turn the fight. That together with the fact that the general just died. Bayonet charge of the First Foot Guards worked out. They should be moving through here. Yeah, one by one the units are giving up. The Germans have had enough. We are victorious. Brussels stands strong. But it's at a high cost of our force here. But no surprise given what the Germans brought. Machine guns and loads of heavy guns and whatnot. But I'd be damned if I let my allies fall. We are victorious. Here's the result of that battle. It's a very costly victory. All the units remain in play, but we definitely lost a lot. So for the German side, they deployed 2,400 men, and they lost about 2,000 of those, leaving 400. On the Belgian side, the combined forces deployed 4,500 men, wherein which we lost 3,500, leaving 1,000 men left. So very heavy losses. So that's just to recount here. That's 2,000 lost Germans versus 3,400 allies. 500 actually. In terms of what did best, we actually have the Royal Horse Guards killing the most for our side, with 96 kills. The unit still remains after the fight, followed by Light Howitzer, then Royal Dragoons. So it was really the cavalry that did the most in this fight. Foot Guards only killed 40. High losses on all my infantry with very few kills by them. I note here that the general actually managed to shoot one, while losing 4 of his bodyguard. In terms of what the infantry did, they did really poorly across the board. But as we can see, quite a few of them actually gained chevrons. So I note that this guy's gained chevrons, and Royal Dragoons and Royal Horse Guards gained them. So overall, it's nice, but we could definitely not withstand another assault soon enough. Soon. So hopefully this bloody nose will keep the Jerrys away for quite a while. At least until I'm able to restore the troop numbers. Invasion of Togoland. Although late to the game, the German Empire established several African colonies before the beginning of the war. One of these, Togoland, was surrounded by all sides by French and British possessions, making it a logistical and vulnerable target for the Entente attack. Only days after the war began, Togoland was invaded. On August 9, the German garrison abandoned the coast, retreating inland. Over the following weeks, a small but costly delaying action was fought by the outnumbered Germans in a futile bid to escape The end was inevitable, however, and on August the 26th, the last German troop in Togoland surrendered. Very nice. Oh, and this is not very nice. Serbia was destroyed. We're only a few turns in, and they're already destroyed. We've got a judge. Human waves! Minus recovery chance for battle casualties. God, he needs replacement. We need to replace him at some point. But not right now, because, I mean, it is in the spirit of World War I that he's using human waves. I mean, you can't really, you know, say anything about me using human waves here, because, I mean, what else were there? I basically came into the map getting shelled to pieces. We still held our ground. Right. For this, it's high time to end the episode. Unfortunately, there's quite a few Germans left, but I'm wary to attack and destroy them, so we might just hold off. I don't really care if they start burning the Belgian countryside, although the only thing to burn is the college.
Your Majesty,
Let's
watching your
see.
enemies.
There's a small force over here, but nothing to be worried about as of now. And what is going on over here? So there's a little force over here as well, but there's a French force to keep them in check. So right now there's a stalemate on the front line. No gains being made. French army destroyed. German army destroyed. But in the process we almost got destroyed as well. Probably need to support Belgium just by giving them free stuff. Anyways, by the next time, I think I will do a few turns in between, possibly. We'll see what I decide to do. But a wonderful start to this campaign. The Expeditionary Force did exactly what it was supposed to do and defend Brussels, while we have secured the tradeways over here, sunk the German fleet. Now we just need to continue this fashion, work towards dominion, total dominion of the Mediterranean, invasion, re-establishment of Serbia. We've got a lot of stuff to do, so I hope you stick around for this campaign, and as always, I'll say, hopefully, you guys enjoy this, and hopefully, I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!